Hello, my Stampin' friends. My name is Laura Milligan, and this is my weekly Facebook Live. I go live every Monday from my studio at 1 o'clock, and for most of the time. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great weekend. I did. We actually went to Chicago. We helped my youngest daughter, our baby, move into a different apartment in Chicago, and that was really fun. It's always fun to be with your kids, isn't it? And we helped a little bit. They had movers and all that, so that was good. But it was really fun just to be together and see where she's going to be in this new place. So it's very exciting. It's hot this week. I don't know where you all live, but depending on where you are, we have a heat advisory in Canton, Ohio for this whole week. So I'm hoping to stay inside as much as I can. I will be going out, of course, watering my flowers and garden like all of you as well. But I hope that you have some time to stay inside and stamp. This seems to be a good week to do that. So today I'm going to make 3 cards using the Bistro Burger Bundle, which is in our new annual catalog. It's super cute, and I think you'll like the cards that I've prepared. One is a gift card holder, and then the other 2 are just regular greeting cards. And I am offering the special. I've been doing this for several weeks now. If you place an order this week of $35 or more in my online store, you will get the kits to prepare these so that you can make these 3 cards. I will send you the products, the papers that I've used, so that you can make the cards. I don't include stamped images. I don't die cut anything, so you will need the bundle to create these cards. That's Stampin' Up's policy. We're not allowed to include stamped images in any of our kits, so I follow the rules. But I think this is a great masculine set. It's not just for men though, but it has kind of has a feel of a masculine set to me. So I'm excited to show you that. And then I have a couple things I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera view down. Say hi. Let me know you're there, and why don't you share what the temperature is where you live today, because it would be interesting to see based on where everybody is, where my viewers are. I think it's about 90 degrees here right now. I'm not positive about that, but okay, so we have hi Mary Jo, hi Susie Q, hi Colleen. Yeah, Colleen says it is a great week to stay inside and stamp for sure. Hi Sarah. All right, let me change the view. So I have a couple things I'm going to talk about. The first one is the Spotlight on Nature bee box. I just released this morning about an hour ago, and I've already gotten a really good response. I think people are excited about this one. We have 4 cards. This was designed by myself and my Canadian demonstrator friend Sherry Roth, and our classes are really popular. I think people enjoy them a lot. We enjoy creating these cards for you as well, but look for an email with information about this. This registration closes on June 26th. If you are an early bird, and that means if you register by June 19th, I will include, which is Wednesday, I will include a surprise embellishment in your class packet. So don't miss out on that. Here's the bundle. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. It's on page 69 of the annual catalog. It has this fantastic set of dies, 12 different dies, and then the beautiful stamp set. This one I think was a fan favorite from the beginning. And I know that you will love the beautiful cards that Sherry and I have created, so don't miss this class. Okay, then I want to talk about my summer stamp camp. It is going to be held July 13th. It is a Saturday in July, and we will gather at a hotel. I always do it at the Hampton Inn, right at Belden Village. If you're local to me, most people know where that is. I usually have people driving in, from outside of Canton, which is fun. It's fun to get together with everybody. It's always a really fun day. We stamp the day away. I have raffle baskets. You get a cute bag. I think I found the bag I'm going to do for this one. And it's really, really cute. It may have a bee theme. I'm just going to give you a little hint there, but it's really cute, and you will get a ton of product, and then we will make a lot of different cards. And let me show you the two products that we're featuring. So the first one, I have my paper clips here. So the first, well, I'm going to show you this one first. So I selected this one. It is called To Market, and I just thought this was super fun bundle to use this summer with farmers markets and that sort of thing. But it has gorgeous paper and some gems, a really cute stamp set and dies that go with it. And I have one card made, because you know it's always better when you see it in person. So this would be one of the cards that we're making. It's like a little market basket with all the different fruits and vegetables in it, with some ribbon, and you know, we're going to do some embossing. We use the designer paper. So this is one of the cards. And then the other bundle that we're going to feature, well, it's not actually a bundle. It's this paper, Frames and Flowers paper. And I want to show you this in person because I thought this was really cool when I saw it in the catalog. I'm going to open this up so you can see. It's a 2-page spread. They've used it for all these different projects. But when I actually got the paper and opened it up, it's so much better in person. And so when I saw it, I thought, yes, this is going to be what we're going to use for this summer stamp camp. And again, it's going to be Saturday, July 13th. I offer it in person or to go. So if you don't live near me, if you can't make the trip in on that day, sorry, Charlie's looking out the window, and I think, sorry about that, hold on. Renee's in charge of Charlie today. Hey, Charlie. Poor Charlie is now deaf, so he can't, you know what, Renee, put that basket under there, then he can't get it. Sorry about that. Okay. So if you can't get into town, we can ship it to you anywhere across the United States, and it ships for free, because if you're coming to the event, you get a really nice boxed lunch. But if you're not coming to the event, you don't, obviously I can't ship a lunch. I wish I could, but I use that portion of the event to ship your box to you. So it's free shipping. But let me show you this paper in person, because like I said, it's always better. It's the colors. Look at these gorgeous colors. I'm just going to kind of slide these across. The back side is just kind of it has a little bit of a look of texture to it, but look how beautiful that is. If you have never come to one of my events like this, I encourage you to do so, because they are so much fun, and you're going to leave with a whole lot of projects. Okay, so this is my favorite part. This is what really sold me on this paper. So there are 3 sheets of die cuts. So these, I got to be a little bit careful because they're ready to pop out, but they're already pre-cut, and we're going to be using these to make some really gorgeous projects. This next sheet has 6 different card fronts, and then a long strip here. We're going to use all of these to create some really cool cards. And then this is another one. So you get 3 different sheets. I've used one I want to show you a sample with, but it comes with flowers and like sprigs, all kind. Here's a corner thing. I can't wait to share my ideas with you on this, but here's a card. Here's one card using one of these die cuts and the flowers as well. Just super, super cute and fun. So that gives you 2 ideas of the type of thing that we're going to be doing at the summer stamp camp. So I hope that you will join me. I have had several people register already. I hope that many more of you do. It's always a fun day. I'm looking forward to it already. So that is my summer stamp camp, July 13th. You should have received an email about that. I believe I sent it out. It was either Thursday or Friday of last week, and I will be sending others as well. But don't miss out on that. It is a lot of fun. Okay, so I better keep my catalog up here. So today I have 3 cards, and Let me see if I can find. So I am going to make 3 cards featuring the Bistro Burger Bundle. It's on page 66. This is such a fun bundle. Oh, good. Mary Jo says, cute, can't wait. I'll be registering today. Great. Yeah, Mary Jo came to my overnight retreat for the first time last March, and she had a great time. And we actually met through Facebook, I guess. So I'm excited that you're going to come, Mary Jo. No, Colleen, that particular paper was not included in the paper share because of the die cuts. There wasn't really a good way to cut those and divide them up. So that paper, if you did my paper share, I meant to mention that, so thanks for the question. If you did my paper share, you did not get that packet of paper. So that's a reason to come to the summer stamp camp, because you're going to get a whole pack of that paper. So anyway, this is the Bistro Burger Bundle. I saw it. I thought it was super fun. I have 3 cards I'm going to share with you today, and I hope that you really like them. I will mention that the bundles, we have a special this month. All of our bundles, the punch bundles and the bundles that coordinate with like the dies, are an additional 10% off. So that means they're 20% off, which is a really good deal. In addition to that, our die cutting machines, both the mini and the regular size, and we even have some of the boho blue mini that we had offered for a special time. They have some of those still in stock. Those are also 10% off. So I've had several people take advantage of getting a die cutting machine. They wanted to get a new one, and they're taking advantage of that additional percentage off this month. So it's a good time if that's on your wish list. This would be a good time to maybe think about making that purchase. Okay, I'm going to start with card number 1, and I have done all of the die cutting ahead of time with this. I'm using a lot of die cuts just because they're so cute. But I just want to remind you that if with your order, $35 or more, online order using this code, you will get the card kits to make these 3 cards, but they don't include the stamped images or the die cuts that are part of the bundle. So you're going to need the bundle. And you're going to want to get it, I think, after you see how fun these cards are. Okay, so my first card. So let me just show you. I'm using a thick white card base. And then I have, like I said, I've done some die cutting ahead of time. Let me just show you what all the parts and pieces are. So this one, I used the postage dies. I believe this is the second largest, and I cut this with crumb cake. It's the neutral from the Neutrals DSP stack. Here's the other side. I love our Neutrals, our new in color, or our new color family paper stacks, I should say, with the DSP. They're really cute this year. I stamped a pickle, and then I die cut it. Let me bring the dies in here. So there's a pickle. Are you a pickle lover? I love pickles. So I die cut that. And then I did 2 pickles. And then I did this little die is for die cutting olives. And so the way it works, it cuts the outside of the olive, which I made mine green. Although I guess I prefer black olives. I didn't think about making it black. But then it has a pimento center, and that's what this other die piece is. So I made mine green with a red pimento center. And then I cut this in Poppy Parade. This is like a tray that if you would go to like a drive-through or drive-up place, they would put your burgers and fries in this. And so that's this die cut. It's cool because it does all the little stitching across it, but then it also has 2 slits in it, which is where you can put your burger and fries. So we'll be doing that. I also I stamped and die cut French fries. Here's the die cut for those. And I stamped, and I did this stamping with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. My pickle, I did Old Olive on Granny Apple Green cardstock. And So I did 2 pickles. And then there's this teeny little die. It's this right here. And it's like a skewer or like a little mini toothpick that you would get if you bought a big burger. And so and then I have my words. I use the stylish shaped dies. I'm going to put my words on that shape. Oh, sweet potato fries. That sounds good, Mary Jo. So yeah, I think everyone's going to be hungry for a burger after we make these cards today. So I'm going to start, and what I thought I would do, I'm using the burger and the fries several times throughout these cards that I'm making. So what I thought I would do is color them once for my first card, and then I'm not going to take the time to color them again because I feel like it's kind of monotonous, and I just thought it would be better to do it that way. So I'm going to color my burger first. Put these over here at the side for now. I'll leave my olives there and my little skewers. All right. So for the bun, I'm just using light and dark crumb cake. So I'm going to start with the dark. And actually Stampin' Up! Has made this really easy to color because they have all these lines, and that's where I'm going to put the dark crumb cake. So this is kind of easy. It's almost like a color by number or paint by number. I'm just everywhere that I see these lines, I'm just going to go in. And these are kind of like polka dot. I'm going to just kind of do a few dots there. Not polka dots, but just go all along here. Oh, Mary Jo says she's having burgers tonight. With macaroni salad. That sounds good. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to bring in my light crumb cake. And I'm just going to, I kind of like to pull a little bit of the dark towards the light, just to, it kind of softens those lines. So just kind of blending it in. And you could do, I mean, you could do any color for your bun. I originally used some Daffodil Delight, which I thought looked pretty good, but then I ended up just with the crumb cake. So I'm going to go over this a couple times, and I'm just kind of softening those darker crumb cake lines on the edges there. Okay, and then I'm going to go down and finish the bottom. So again, I'm just going along, highlighting all those lines that Stampin' Up! So nicely placed there for me, so I don't have to try to figure it out. Well, hello from Ontario, Canada. Hi, Janet. Thank you for watching today. And I'm just going to add the light, and I sort of just go in circles to get those lines softened, the dark and the light. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, then I'm going to color the burger and the lettuce and the tomatoes. So for the tomatoes, I'm using Poppy Parade, and I'm going to start with the light and just color the inside of the tomatoes. These are really red, ripe, freshly homegrown tomatoes. They're really bright red. They're the best kind, right? What's the weather like in Ontario, Canada today, Janet? We were talking about how we're having like a heat advisory here. And then this is Dark Poppy Parade. I'm just catching the edges of the tomatoes. All right, I think I'm going to color the burger next. And for the burger, I used, these are they're like the skin tone blends that we have, and I'm using the 100 and the 200. So I'm going to start with the 100, and I believe the lower the number, the darker the color. So again, I'm just going to follow the lines that are already part of this image. Stampin' Up! Has provided those for us, so I'm just going to follow those with the darker color. Like that. Oh, she has, okay, so Ontario, Canada, same heat advisory for the whole week. Yeah, not good. We decided it was a good week to stay in and stamp. Now this is the, it's called SU 200. So this is a little bit lighter. Okay. All right, so there we have our burger. That, what I would say, is pretty well done. I don't know what kind of burger you like, but I'm going to show you one at the end. It's rare, because, or medium rare, because that's how my family likes it, but not me. I like it medium well. But okay, so now I'm going to do the pickles. And for the pickles, there are 4 pickles on this, and I'm going to use Old Olive. And they're just right up here, right next to the hamburger bun. Do you like pickles on your burgers? I do. Any pickle lovers out there? So apparently, like I said, we were out of town this past weekend, but apparently there was a pickle festival in Canton, where I live, over the weekend. I don't know if it's just one day, but I don't know what they did. I guess everybody ate pickles. I don't know, but I'd never heard of something like that. I'm going to just add a dab more color there. I missed a spot. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to do the lettuce. And for the lettuce, I used Granny Apple Green. I'm going to use light and dark. And so again, for the dark, I like to use the bullet tip. You see that as you see me coloring. And I'm just going to go over the lines. It's an easy way to add color. Just follow the lines. Stampin' Up! They gave us hints as to where like a shadow would be. Okay, and then there's some lettuce down on the bottom as well. And over here. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with light Granny Apple Green. This is a piece of cheese, so I'm not going to color that in. And that piece there, that's also a piece of cheese. That'll be the next thing I color. Okay, so I'm adding. It's looking pretty good, yes? Anyone getting hungry yet? All right, now I'm going to take dark Daffodil Delight for a slice of American cheese that's kind of like dripping over the edge. Yummy. Okay, so we have that, and I think we are done with our burger. So I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. Looks pretty good. Almost good enough to eat, right? Okay, and then I also have French fries. Let me see where oh, here they are. They're right here. Okay, so for the French fries, I used dark. Did I use dark or light? I need to think about this. Oh, you know what? I picked up the wrong thing. I used light Wild Wheat and light Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to use the light Daffodil Delight for like the top of the fries. And then I'm going to use the Wild Wheat for kind of like the bottom where maybe a shadow would be that would perhaps make them a little bit darker in color. It's really fun to color these. And gosh, like Mary Jo said, I didn't even think about making sweet potato fries. That sounds really yummy. That would be good. And then, you know what, the other thing I was thinking was you could also turn this into a turkey burger. Just use a different color. All right, so we have these. White Daffodil Delight. Okay. And now I'm going to use light wild wheat and just create like the shadows. Gives them some dimension, I think. And I'm just doing that like on the ends and like the underside. I always use the bullet tip. Very rarely do I use the brush tip. I just feel like for me, I have more control over the blend with this bullet tip, but I know a lot of people use the brush tip. It's just me. You can use whatever you prefer. Okay, so there are our yummy French fries. Ooh, the Gahanna Jazz Festival. I bet that was fun. That sounds great. Okay, so there is my cheeseburger and my fries, and I'm going to stamp my words. And I used Here's to a Great Guy. And where are those words? Let's see. Now, you know what? I wonder if I put them back in the... No. Okay, hold on, because they're probably sitting right here. Here's to a Great Guy. I wonder if I... Oh, it's right here. Here it is. Okay, I just didn't... There it is. Okay. I was just looking at it kind of at an awkward angle. Okay, so I'm going to use, let me slide this over. I am using Poppy Parade ink and just stamping Here's to a Great Guy. This was cut from the Stylish Shape dies. And there we have that. That looks cute. I'm going to set that there so the ink can dry a little bit. And I think we're done with all the coloring and all this stamping. So now we're going to just assemble it. So I'm going to start. I've got a brand new pack of dimensionals here. And I'm going to start with my thick white base. And, whoops, I'm going to attach my crumb cake designer paper panel. This, like I said, was from the postage dies. Just attach this. Have that there. And then I am going to take my little tray, and it has the slits in it. So I'm going to put the dimensionals kind of here and here. You know, I want to take a peek. Oh, okay, now I remember what I did with this. Okay, I had to refresh my mind because I made these last week before I went away for the weekend. So I put dimensionals like on both of these sides here, the top, and then I'm going to glue the bottom down so it's flat. I feel like it's kind of a fun way to add some dimension to the tray. Maybe make it look a little bit more realistic. Put just a little bit of glue here at the bottom. Okay. So put that about right there like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my burger, and it's going to go in this slot here. And you could push it down quite a ways, but I'm going to just barely set it in there because I want the bun on the bottom to show as well. The other thing that I didn't mention with this burger die cut, Let me pull this in here. When you run it through the die cutting machine, there's this little thing here that creates a slit. And so I'm going to use my little skewer and slide that through there. My skewer is not cooperating. There we go. So I'm going to put that like that, and I'm going to attach this with dimensionals. And so I'm going to put a dimensional right across that little skewer because that'll help secure it. And then I'll just put a couple more on the sides there. Oop. I'm going to turn this a little bit because I wanted to go that way. Okay, I'm going to slide this in just about like that, and I'll tuck that down. And then I'm going to add my fries. And it's going to be the same thing. I'm just barely tucking the fries in there. And I'm going to move them over so they're a little bit behind the burger. And I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on this. I think I'm just going to do one. I think that'll be enough. Just at that top there. And I'm going to slide those in and then just slide it over. It's tucked right behind the burger. So there we have that. I think it's looking pretty cute already. Yes? Do you think? Okay. Then I'm going to add my pickle. And my pickle is going to be attached also with a dimensional. And this large one is a perfect fit. It's not too big. So I'm going to tuck that just like that, And then I'm going to make my olive. So the olive has these two pieces. So I got to glue them together. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue on the back of the green part. And then put the pimento. I don't think we ever had a die cut before that was an olive. I think it's really, really fun. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm just going to put some glue on this, and actually I'm going to do it right here. It's just going to rest on the edge of my pickle. Just like that. Isn't that cute? I think it's just so fun and cute. Just such a fun set. Okay, and then I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of my words. And we'll stick that right on there like that. Here's to a great guy. And then I want to add some embellishments. So I am using the iridescent adhesive back discs. And I believe these came out in the January to April mini catalog. They're really fun, bright colors. And I thought they looked good with the burgers. With the whole theme of this. So I'm just going to put a couple of these on the front of my card. Just going to tuck some around the fries. The nice thing about these discs too, they're shiny and fun, but they're also completely flat, so they will mail really easily. You don't have to worry about, any damage. All right, so then on the inside, so I should show you. There's the front. Here's to a great guy. I think it's super cute. And then on the inside, because I love this pickle so much and the olive, I die cut extras of those. And this is like picking up a toothpick. It's just so teeny. I'm going to go ahead and just put a teeny dab of glue on this teeny little die cut, right? I'm going to stick that down here. I thought this would be cute on the inside. Whoops. Now it's going to stick to me. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to add the pickle. Like that. I'll just hold that down a second. Make sure it's not hanging over the edge. Okay. And then I'm going to do an olive again. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the back. add my pimento. And then I'm going to attach this. Again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of the pickle, and I'll just adhere my olive to that. And if you want to decorate the envelope, which is always fun to do, you could put, you could stamp the burger on the front, the fries. You could do the here's to a great guy. But that is my first card for today. Here's to a great guy, a big cheeseburger with fries, and then a cute little inside as well. So that's the first card. Now the other cards, like I said, I've already done the coloring. I didn't want to have to make you watch me color the same, the same things repetitively. So I did the coloring ahead of time. And I like to color, so it was kind of fun to just sit down and do that. All right, this one. So one of the things in this set are these little flags or banner pieces. You could use these to put on your toothpick, like sticking into your burger, or just, we could use any of these. This would go sideways, or these two, but all right. I'll show you what this one is going to look like. Okay, I'm going to start with my thick white base. Give it a nice crease. And I have a piece, this is the Poppy Parade designer paper from the Bright Stack. So I'm just going to start by securing that to the card front. So we have that on there. And then I embossed a piece of basic white. This is 3.5 inches by 5.25 inches. And I used the timber embossing folder. And I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that to the card front. I'm just going to center that. I'm going to pick it up and look at it, make sure it's straight. Whoops. Okay, that looks good. Sometimes it's hard when it's flat to to see it at the correct angle. All right, next I'm going to add a tray, and this is that same die cut. It has the slits there. And this card is all about French fries. Forget the burger. This is just French fries. This would be for my daughter, Anna. She would probably just want the fries because she's a vegetarian. So she would like this. And okay, so this one I did not pop up. I'm just going to run a little bead of glue around there. Not at the top though, because I'm going to stick some fries in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. That. And then I stamped and die cut 3 sets of fries. These were colored the same way as I did on that first card. It's just with light Daffodil Delight and light Wild Wheat. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of these in the slit here, like that. And when you have fries and you get them in a tray like this, they're always overflowing. So these are going to be overflowing too. So I'm going to do that. I'll do this one like that. And I'm going to just put some glue behind those. I'm going to leave them where they are and just put some glue to secure those. Just a little bit. Same thing here. Just like that. I'll give that a second to stick. Okay. Then I'm going to take the third part. They got a lot of fries with this one, the person that got this. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these up with dimensionals. And those will rest on top of the other fries, and they kind of look like they're overflowing in the basket. But Mary Jo made a good comment about sweet potato fries. What's your preference, everybody? Do you like the sweet potato fries or do you like the regular fries? Do you like your fries with vinegar like they do in England? Okay, I'm going to let okay, so the next thing I want to do, this is so cute. They have a little cup. It's one of the dyes and ketchup. Now, if you wanted to do mayonnaise, I guess you could do this in like maybe white with just a little bit of lemon lolly on it or something. Maybe the vanilla. Vanilla might be too dark. I don't know. But let me show you the dyes. Mary Jo likes both. I do too. So here's the little cup for your condiments. And then here's the ketchup or mayonnaise. You could do mustard. You could do yellow. That would be cute as well. One thing I learned this weekend from my niece was that in Europe they dip their French fries in mayonnaise. I did not know that. So she ordered fries on Friday night and asked for mayonnaise, a side of mayonnaise. So I'm doing ketchup. Hi, Marianne. Okay, Marianne likes sweet potato fries. I do too. All right, so I'm going to glue the ketchup inside our little cup. And because there's so many fries here, we're going to do 2 cups. 2 cups of ketchup. And this one I'm going to pop up, so I'll just put a dimensional on the back. And that's just going to rest right there like that. Doesn't that look yummy? Almost good enough to eat, right? Okay, and then, okay, pardon my reach. I am going to have to, just hold on one second, excuse my reach. I'm going to have to reach up here and grab my twine because I didn't have it with me. Luckily, I keep all my ribbon and things on the wall right in front of me, so I'm going to use some twine. This is crumb cake. And before I use that, I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And I have a strip of lemon lolly cardstock. It's 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inch across. And I'm just going to stamp on this Time to Celebrate. And that's right here. Yeah, and I'm going to stamp this in black, Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm going to stamp it here first. I just want to make sure, yeah, it looks pretty good. Get some little extra. Oh, did I just get, no, I didn't get it on my fingers. I'm just going to center this. Like that. Time to Celebrate. And then I'm going to take, well, first I'm going to wrap some of my baker's twine. This is the crumb cake one. I'm going to put a teeny bit of adhesive on the back of this to help hold that in place while I wrap it around. Oh, Colleen's saying we might get some rain today. Interesting. I didn't see that in the forecast. That would be great. Okay, so I have my baker's twine there, and I'm just going to snip off a length of that, and I'll be tying that in a bow. I'm going to get my black ink out of the way here. All right, so I'm going to tie this in a bow, and then I'll attach it. Not quite yet. I've got something else I'm going to add, but I'm going to do kind of a big bow. And then this is going to go across the top here like this. So I'm going to make, I think I'm going to make this one loop just a teeny bit smaller. You can adjust that, and we'll probably want to cut the tail. So the tail's really curly right now. So I'm going to just take my fingers and my fingernail and run it down that edge to make that so that it's a little bit straighter. Susan, yes, I do subscribe to the paper pumpkin kits. I love the paper pumpkin kits. I'm a big fan of our kits, actually. Because I mean, I've been stamping for over, oh my gosh, probably 28 years, and almost 24 as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've done many different techniques and, you know, simple cards and fancy, more involved cards, but I still think there's a place in everybody's studio or, you know, your crafting space for kits. I think there's always a time for kits, and it's quick, easy, stress-free stamping. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the kits. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue just along the top here, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to leave a little bit of the white showing. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I wanted to use all these little banners. And what I'm going to do is just put some glue on the back side of them. And then just slide them right under there like that. And I'm just going to sort of eyeball these. Here's a triangle one. I'm not measuring or anything. I just am going to eyeball them and just kind of spacing them along. If they're not perfectly spaced, it's fine. That does not bother me. Put one there. Do another red one. Yeah, so my bingo this month is a brand new kit. It's gorgeous, and if you can't play bingo with us, I wish you would, because we get Stampin' Up! Products as prizes, and it's always really, really fun. But I think I should look and see. I can show you the kit. When we're done, I'll show you what we're using, because I have the box right here. All right, then I'm going to do another yellow. Put that there. Oops, I got two stuck together. All right, and then just one more red one. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. I'm glad that I can inspire you, and happy to share some fun ideas. Okay, so we have that, and so that's the front of the card, and then I'm just going to use the flat discs again, and let's see. I'm going to put one there, and then I'll put two. So where are you from, Susan? I'm just curious. We've been talking about the weather and the heat advisories, and so there we have the front of the card. Time to celebrate with a whole big overflowing basket of French fries. And then for the inside, so I want to show you. So the nice thing about these flags that I've used, like for this one, there's two. So you can cut two of those at a time. This one, it looks like there's just one, but you can do that pretty quickly. If you're using designer paper, it's thin enough. You can use 2 layers of paper at a time, and it'll be just fine. All right, and then so for the inside, for this one, I did a little strip of designer paper again, and I'm just going to put it towards the top so that I can tuck the flags Okay, so we have that. See, that looks pretty straight. All right, so then I'm just going to add some of the flags again. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Okay. And are you having, is it hot there as well? Probably is. Okay, so I'm going to just tuck this under like that. And you can do as few or as many as you want. Do a yellow one. And then I think I'll do a red. So I would continue this across. Let me just show you my sample so you can see where I have the 5 banners on the inside. So that is our card number 2, Time to Celebrate. Just a fun card featuring French fries. Like, what's not to love about that, right? Okay. I also had an extra thing of the cup and the ketchup die cut, which would be cute on the inside as well. All right, so that's card number 2. And then the third card is for a gift card. And I think sometimes it's hard to think of things to give to men, but I think most people would probably like to go out to a restaurant and get a burger or a turkey burger or anything like that. So I thought it would be fun to do a gift card. So this was kind of fun. Let me get out. This one is going to be a double-decker burger. And I have the measurements here. So I started out with a piece of, I'm going to lift my phone just a bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is going to be the card base. It's a trifold, and I started with a piece that is 8 1/4 inches long and 5 1/2 inches wide. So you can get 2 of these out of one piece of cardstock. So basically what you would do, and you know what, I'm just going to reach in here. I'm going to pull out a piece of basic beige. So this is the 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock. And so all you're going to do is take, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to cut this at 8 1/4. So I'm just cutting 1/4 of an inch off the length of the cardstock. Then I'm going to turn and cut it at 5 1/2. So I have 2 pieces, the exact same size, and so I would use these. I could make 2 of this next card. I use crumb cake for my base, but I could use basic beige. Oh, and then I'm going to show you how to score it before I put this away. So I scored it at 2 1/8. So that's just right here. I want to make sure you use the scoring blade, not the cutting blade. So the scoring blade is the one that's the light gray. So 2 1/8. And then 5 1/2. Okay, so then you want to score it before this next step. So then what I did was after I scored it, I took this new gigantic embossing folder called Dotted Circles. This is big enough to fit this whole piece and emboss the entire thing. So you got the whole thing in there. This is a really cool new embossing folder. It's 3D, which means it's extra thick. And that means, I don't know, I feel like they create more of an embossed look. It's very pronounced. But I thought that was very cool. And the measurement of this is not in the catalog, so I didn't realize how big it was until I ordered this and it was delivered to me. So, all right. So now we're gonna fold this up. This is a tri-fold, and since I've already scored it, it makes it really easy. I am gonna lightly just lightly run over that. All right. I'm going to start from the inside and work out, I think, for this one. So I have this piece, this panel, and I have the measurements here. I'll put these here so that you have them. But so I did the top. This is for the inside, the top, the middle, and the bottom. So I'm going to start with the middle piece, and I'm going to stamp some words. I'm using Poppy Parade ink, and I'm just going to stamp, "You're kind of a big deal." And I just stamp that right in the middle. Okay, "You're kind of a big deal." I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. And I think, well, I'm just going to push this off to the side. I'm going to do a little more stamping. Okay. So we have this. I'm trying not to rub my hands over the ink because sometimes I just want to make sure it's nice and dry. You do want to you don't want to be stingy with your adhesive on this kind of a card because of the embossing. You want to be sure to use plenty of adhesive. Okay, and then the top piece, and this is Granny Apple Green. It is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. That's just going to be glued on right like that. That centered. Okay, we got that. And then the bottom piece is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And it's going to fit right in here on the bottom. But before I attach this one, I'm going to take my circle punch. This is the 1 3/4 inch. I'm going to turn it and just punch out. I'm going to try to center it as best I can from left to right. It looks pretty good. We'll see. No, that's not too bad. It may not be perfect, but it's okay. And so now what I'm going to do is just put glue on the sides and along the bottom because I want to leave this open. It's a pocket to insert a gift card. So it could be for a burger joint or, a restaurant, anything like that. Nice little gift. This would have been great for Father's Day. But I think there's the other sayings. There actually is a Father's Day greeting. There's one that does say Happy Father's Day. But I feel like the other words, you can use it, of course, a lot more than just for Father's Day. Okay, so we have this. And then this will be our pocket where we'll insert a gift card. Okay, and now we're going to do the front. So what I did for the front, so one of the dies that is so cute is this steak knife. And it comes with 2 pieces. So I die cut the knife in silver. And then I did the handle in Night of Navy. So I'm going to add some glue to make my knife. And we'll just put that on there like that. This set has so many cute dies. Look how cute that is. Steak knife. All right. Then I'm going to open this up and I'm going to take a strip of the DSP. This is Poppy Parade, and I'm just going to put this along this front top flap. And then I cut a circle from the Stylish Shape dies, and I'm going to just attach this just by the top part. I'm not going to put any adhesive on the bottom because it's going to hang over, and I want to make sure that I can open my card. If I put glue all the way down, my card's not going to open. So I'm going to put that just there like that. Let me make sure that's in the right place. I think I want to move it up a little bit. Yep, I'm going to take this off and just slide it up a little bit because I don't want that part hanging off the bottom. Okay, so we've adhered that. And then I thought it would be fun. Well, so let me do the words first. I'll save the burger for last. So I am using Here's to a Great Guy. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this. And then I'm going to take my paper snips and just cut this whole thing apart. So I'm just going to go across the bottom and down the middle here. And each of these words is going to be separate. Gosh, I think it's thundering. It's crazy. Okay, and then Great Guy. I'm just going to snip close. I'm not leaving a lot of margin, a lot of white space around that. Okay, so here's to a great guy. And I'm going to just kind of scatter these across the front. Here's to you want to push these down because, like I said, with all these bumps and things, you want to make sure you put plenty of glue on there so it sticks. Here's to a, put that there. You know, I'm going to straighten this up. There we go. Here's to a, and then we'll do Great Guy on the bottom flap. It's fun to cut word stamps apart like this, and this one is a really easy one to cut apart. Real easy, so. Okay, here's to a great guy. We have that. Now, I thought it would be fun. They have something in the catalog with like a double burger. So I have already colored 2 of the burgers. And so what I'm going to do is just cut off the bun of one of these. Just going to go along here. So I'm cutting right up to the edge of the burger. So I wouldn't really have needed to even color this bottom part because I'm not going to use that for anything. That's just a scrap. And then I realized after I colored this one, I wouldn't have needed to color the bun and the well, mainly the bun because it's going to be covered up. So I'm just going to put this second burger just on there like that. So it's a double, I don't know, what do they call that? Just double burger, I guess. But that's going to go there. But before I do that, I was thinking about my family and like my husband, and he likes his burgers, and my daughters like their burgers medium rare. So I thought I need to make a burger that's not so well done. And so what I did, I just was kind of playing around, and I thought it'd be fun to add some Poppy Parade. I thought I would try it and see what it looked like. So I just kind of scribbled some across my burger, kind of the center of it, like that, just to make it look medium rare. Now, if my friend Jan was watching, I found out that she likes her burgers and steak rare plus. So it's, that's really rare, like barely even cooked. But so I think hers I would just make all poppy puree, no brown on it at all. But let me hold these up. I thought that was kind of fun to make them look a little bit rare. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is just put this together, and it's going to just go right on here on the front. And I'm going to first attach this one. So I need my dimensionals. And then I'm going to put the steak knife in the top, in the little slit that is created with the die. So what are you thinking? Are you liking this bundle? I had so much fun with it. I enjoyed doing the coloring and just putting all the parts and pieces together. So here's where the second burger is going to go, and I'm going to put my dimensionals on the sides here because I want to be able to slide my steak knife in there. I could put one at the bottom as well. Are you getting hungry for a burger and fries? All we need then is a milkshake, right? Then you'd be all set. Okay, so I'm going to just set this here like that. And so there is our double burger. And then to finish it, I'm going to take my steak knife and just slide it in this slit here. Hopefully, I have to open it up, I guess. There we go. Okay, I think I can do it now. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to just kind of be like that. And you could put it whatever angle you want. It's big enough. It's going to go in a regular size envelope so you can have this sticking out above the base of the gift card holder. I thought it was fun like that. So there we have our fun. And I didn't add any gems to this one. You certainly could. I just thought it had enough going on with the embossing and the double burgers and the steak knife and everything. So I left it plain, but you could definitely add dimensionals if you wanted to. And then there's the inside. You're kind of a big deal. You would slip your gift card holder in there. So I'm going to bring in the other two cards so you can see all three of them together. And so these cards, if you would like the kit to make these cards, all you need to do is place a $35 or more order in my online store between now and Friday. And then you will receive the kits to make these cards. And like I've said, it doesn't include any stamped images. You will need the bundle to do the die cutting and the stamping. That's Stampin' Up policy. But those are my cards. This is the host code that you will use. And I hope that maybe you'll go have a burger for dinner tonight. Even better if you get to go out and you don't have to cook, right? So there are the three. Those are the three cards. Don't forget about registering for the summer stamp camp, and also the new class that just was released today. I'm trying to find the paper for it, and I don't. Oh, here it is. Spotlight on Nature. This is the one that I just released today. I have a lot going on. We have bingo, we have Spotlight on Nature B-Box, and then we have the summer stamp camp. A lot going on in the summer, but it's fun to keep busy. I'm going to go ahead and change my camera view. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed these cards. I had a lot of fun making them, and I think it's a great bundle for any man cards. You know, we're always looking for different manish type cards to send. So I hope you've enjoyed these. Thank you for watching. I so appreciate you. I do love reading every single comment. If you're watching on replay, let me know that as well. It sounds like everybody watching today is under a heat advisory, so stay cool, be safe this week, drink lots of water, and take care, my friends. Until next time, I hope you have time to be creative today. Take care.